What is up, everyone? DJ Martini Midwest Reviews coming at you with another video for my channel. I have a really good one in the portable powered PA speaker, the Mackie Thump Go. It is an 8-inch woofer with a great amp. Gets great reviews on everywhere that you look on it. It's really well known when you're talking about mobile DJs, so I definitely wanted to bring you this speaker this year. So thank you so much for tuning in. It's DJ Martini Midwest Reviews. If you've never tuned into my channel, just know I love to do reviews. I love to help. I'm just here to help. All I want to do is do that research for you, give it to you as easy as possible, and then leave some links in case you're interested in the product. So thank you so much. We've hit 4,000 subs. I want to continue to grow this channel. I'm so excited. We're building a really cool community with positivity, and everybody's really cool. Great comments, great feedback. Just building this channel really slow, I think, has really improved on how I have a great community. So join the Martini Nation. Let's keep growing, and thank you guys so much for this love and support. All right, let's get into the video. So I always start on what's in the box. So we got the box right here. It's the Mackie Thump Go. Nothing crazy about the box. Definitely has a lot of information on the backside. So that's going to be right there for my specs. We can kind of shift through this really fast, and I can talk about some of the specs, and then I can go to the speaker here in a minute. So definitely has a 200 watt class D amplifier, which is good. 8-inch woofer, like I said, 1-inch compression driver for your mids and highs. Removable battery, so it does have a removable battery, so you can interchange the battery. You can get an extra battery, those types of things, and they're relatively not that expensive. We'll talk about that a little bit later. 12 hours of battery life, a tri-colored meter for the battery, so you know if it's low or charged, all that kind of good stuff. 2-channel mixer, 4 application modes for your, it's kind of a DSP, digital sound processing, for some different modes on the speaker. Also has an app, so we're going to talk about that as well. Feedback eliminator, which is really cool. Indoor outdoor voicing modes, digital crossover, like I said, smart input and thermo limiters later. Durable, lightweight, molded enclosure, 45-degree angle, so it can be not only a monitor speaker but a PA speaker, so you can kind of move it around. It does have a pole mount on the bottom and has pretty good durability, and this reinforced grille from what they say on the box. So on the box, like I said, they do talk about that Mackie app, the Thump Connect 2. There is a Thump Connect 1, so don't get confused. Is Thump Connect 2 is what they have here on the box. It's really easy to get, really easy to hook up to, but we'll talk about that a little bit later as well. So that's pretty much in the box. They say this is built really, really strong. In the box, really all you get is the speaker. It is well wrapped, some instructions, and a power cord, which is your standard 3-pole right there with that on the bottom there. Yep, you see it. That's pretty much it. I would always suggest when you get an item like this, especially a battery power item, go ahead and give it a full charge. Let it, even if it's a little bit longer, give it an overcharge for the first charge. Then after that, go ahead and charge it according to the instructions want you to do. But definitely give it a good charge and let it charge up, so then that'll kind of prolong your battery as well. So we have the actual speaker right here. It is pretty cool. It is about $349, which is a great price point in my opinion for the speaker. It's only an 8-inch, but it's pretty loud. It can really pack a punch for being outside too, which is pretty cool in my opinion, because usually you're thinking having like a giant 15 outside, but this little guy can really pack a punch. It's really good for like ceremonies, or because most of your people aren't going to be dancing at ceremonies. They're going to be quiet, so a little speaker like this can go a long way with just doing for speeches and things like that, or a little live music outside where people are going to be quiet and be listening. Something like this can definitely get that done. I actually am using this at my head table. I like to have one speaker at the head table with a mic right there. That way the speaker and the mic is right there. You don't have to worry about having it super far. You're not like all the way across the room on the dance floor if it's somewhere else. This is my idea for this. Portable powered speaker. I'm also going to show you some devices where you can hook a wireless mic to this. Mackie actually has an Element Wave XLR system, which I was going to test, but I did have some issues with it, so I had to return it. So I don't have it at the moment. I'm looking into maybe getting a different one or something like that, but that's pretty much my plan, is to use it at the head table with a wireless mic. Portable, one you know, just the speaker on its own power, tripod, microphone, hooked up to this. You could even cord mic it too. It'd be no problem because it's at the head table. It's right there where everybody's going to do some speeches and things like that. So perfect. It also has that feedback eliminator, so you don't have to worry sweating bullets about any kind of feedback or things like that. So it is pretty cool, and I think that would be a great way to use it. Like I said, outdoor for some little bit of music on like an outdoor wedding, or you know, a private little guitar and singer, those types of things, you know, no problem. Also a side cocktail room, it would be loud enough for that. I'm not saying like a big giant venue, but like just maybe a little side cocktail area where you're doing some a little bit of background music. Absolutely killer for that as well. So just some ideas and ways you could use it. So it is about 17 pounds, so it has a little bit of weight to it, but that's pretty light for a PA speaker. 8-inch, and like I said, you can turn it like this and it does tilt back into a monitor position. I said pole mount it too, or you can set it on the ground like that. Really, really cool. Like I said, lots of ways to be able to use it, in my opinion. Honestly, you could get 2 of these and you could do a small gig, no problem. These are pretty loud. I was pretty impressed on how loud they are. Now, they don't, in my opinion, have the greatest low end. That's my opinion. I would say anytime you're doing an actual DJ gig where you're gonna be playing music for people to dance, you need some bass. And so you need some low end. And so I would absolutely, anytime you use anything, even giant PA speakers, I would absolutely plug them in with a subwoofer at some point. Now, having a little subwoofer with this, along with the 8-inch, you could do a gig, like I said, a 100-person gig. I have no problem doing that with these, but that's not kind of what I'm using it for. But I'm just saying it is possible. Also, they can link together, which is cool as well. So a lot of availability and things that you could use these speakers for. Let's break from this view. I'm going to go ahead and bring you in close so we can take a good look at what the back of the speaker looks like. We're going to take a good look at this Mackie Go speaker right here. Like I said, it has Mackie Go, says that it's a 8-inch portable powered loudspeaker. Here's your 3-prong hookup for charging, and you can still use this plugged in, no problem with that. Here's your on and off switch. Then we're going to go to you see there's the back panel here, and then there's this side panel that you're going to do your little mixer issues. And we're going to go into that in just a second, but I kind of just want to go over the speaker again real quick. So you do have a nice handle, very bright green there. Plastic, but still very, very built well. Grill on the front. You do have a LED light on the bottom that I'll show you a little bit later. And then pretty much the same on this side, nothing crazy. But like I said, it does have the little feet there, so you can put it into whichever side you want to put it into a monitor mode. So now that we have this, you can see that we have our voice modes. Like I said, you have music, speech, monitor, and sub. And right down here, which is cool, it actually shows you what it's going to do. So this is going to actually add a little low end, and then this is going to be from your low end to your mid range here, and add a little bit highs there. Monitor mode's going to do there. It's going to actually kill a little bit of your low ends, add a little high end, definitely in some mid range there. It's going to be changed. And then right here, sub is going to completely take out your sub range. So you see that your sub range is out here, and then it's going to be into your mid range and your highs right there. So you can kind of see exactly what it's going to do, which is cool. Also, I like that it has the battery. I always have to go to the instructions for this, and it's right on the speaker. So it tells you right here. Let's see if I can get that to zoom. There we go. All good battery right there. Getting sleepy, yellow, red, charge me. And then if it shuts off, then you definitely have a dead battery. So it definitely tells you everything about your battery there. So you'd have here channel 1, you got your volume, and it kind of gives you your gain, line volume, mic volume there. And you do have a input for line or mic. So if you need a little bit more juice for a mic, you're going to go ahead and push this in. And then if you're just on a regular line, you can go ahead and push this out. This is going to be combo jack, so you have quarter jack and XLR possibilities for both channels. On channel number 2, you have a 3.5 millimeter jack, which is awesome. You have the live and pairing for Bluetooth. Very cool. So this does have Bluetooth, so you can pair right to a phone and start playing music right off of this right away. So it can be a great little portable speaker as well. Have a link, so you can actually link this speaker if you have two of them wirelessly via the link, and you can have two speakers for stereo. So combo jack 3.5, same volumes. Notice that on this channel it doesn't have the mic amp button on there, so you can't get a little bit more volume for your mic on this channel, so something to keep in mind there. And then you have outdoor mode, music ducking, and anytime you use any of these will light up green, or they'll be off if they're not being used. Feedback eliminator, the front LED, and this is your main volume right here. And then you have a output for your through, so you can do XLR to another speaker, so you can still physically wire all these speakers together. Very, very cool. I'm going to go ahead and just fire it up real quick so you can kind of see the lights. So you do see automatically that the LED light comes on. You can see that that is on, but I can, if I go ahead and shut this off, shuts that off. Kind of cool. I like the option to be able to do that if I want it to look clean, don't want all these lights on. You can see that, like I said, if you use something, it'll just light up, so that's nice. It is pairing, it wants to pair to something right now, but that is for your Bluetooth. The link also will flash if you want to link it to another speaker, and there's a process for that. Fortunately, I don't have two of them, so I'm not going to go over that, but it is possible to link two speakers together. Other than that, that is all I got from the speaker side. Let's go ahead and switch views and talk about it a little bit more. Everyone, we are back, and I just wanted to get into and show you really quick how to use the app and how to connect it to the speakers. It's pretty easy. You will have to go to your Bluetooth devices first. So if you have like an iPad or your phone or your Android or whatever tablet, whatever you're using, you do have to go to your settings first. So you'll go to your settings, and I'll go to my settings, I'll find the speaker, and that is the Mackie Thump Go. So you will go to Mackie Thump Go, and you just hit Mackie Thump Go. What I'll do is I'll just give it a little test and make sure that it's working. So I'll play some music. So I usually just go to like my iTunes or something else, see if the Bluetooth is connected first, because sometimes it's kind of finicky, the app for me has been. And so if I just play some music first and it's working there, so then I'll go to the app, then I'll go to my Mackie app right here, Mackie Connect 2, and then boom, it just automatically connects to it. So pretty cool there. I'll get out of it real quick again just to see if it still connects that fast. So I'll get out of it here. There's the beginning, yeah, and it connects it right away. So no problem. So now I have full control over everything on the app. And just to make sure that it's connected, let's go to advanced. Let's see if I can shut the front LED off. Yep, see how it went off just from my, so we are connected and everything. It's not going to show you like if I move the volumes, it's not going to show you where you're at on the volume on the actual app, but it will, it is working. So I can go to some speaking modes, like I said, music, and it has all those in there, music, speech, you know, and I am changing them on the speaker. And just to show you that right here, so you see my light right here, speaker, and if I go through them, you can see that I am moving it to wherever I need to. It does show you battery life on the app as well. On the advanced, auto connect, auto link, the front LED, feedback eliminator, music ducking. I have a custom EQ that I can actually custom EQ from the lows to the highs. It does kind of leave that mid-range out. So you kind of just get low and high. I would call this like a 2-channel. It definitely, you can adjust the EQ, and it does work pretty well to your liking if you don't like some of the preset EQs that it has out. It also has that outdoor button on the bottom as well. So battery life shows the speaker. You can adjust the volumes from here. It won't reflect if you're messing with on the speaker. Then you have, you know, your advanced settings, home settings, and, you know, your music modes, your outdoor mode as well. So the app does work pretty good, works pretty cool. Like I said, I have had a couple issues connecting to it if I don't go in the order that I just told you. So go to your, connect it through Bluetooth through your settings first, then go ahead and just play some music to it. And then after that, go ahead and open up the app, and it should connect right to it. It should find it, no problem. So that's about it on the app. So now I'm going to give you a quick microphone test with my trusty old Radio Shack mic. Like I said, if that mic sounds good, then most other mics should sound even better. And we'll give you a little test on that. So I'll back up a little bit, and also I'll put my mic on my phone so you can hear the speaker from where I'm talking. We are back, and I want to go ahead and show you a sound test, get you a microphone sound test, also show you some of the feedback eliminator items that is on this, the musical ducking, show you the microphone line button as well, a couple positives and negatives, and then get you out on the end here really, really soon. But definitely want to give you a sound test, so we're going to go ahead and fire up the microphone. This is my Radio Shack microphone. Like I said, it's not the best quality, but like I said, if this sounds pretty decent on anything, a better microphone is definitely going to sound really, really good. So we are hooked up. It is physically quarter jacked into the channel 1 on this. And I do have the microphone button pushed in, so it should actually raise the volume of the microphone. But I don't really notice that much. So that's something I'd want to talk about here, but let's go ahead and do it. Fire up the microphone. Mic check, mic check, mic check. And I just want to say it does sound good. It does have enough volume for most things, especially in quiet environments. In a very loud environment, it might not have enough, in my opinion. And like I do have this up pretty loud on the channel gain for the microphone. So we're going to go ahead and check that out real quick. So you can see the back of the speaker here. Now I do have it pegged. I do have it like pegged for the channel. And as soon as I start taking away, you can barely hear the speaker. So I do really have to peg it to get some volume out of it. And I do have the microphone gain pushed in, and when I push it in, you really don't, I'm not really noticing anything. So it is that button's a little bit disappointing, because usually when you push those buttons, you usually noticed a pretty significant gain. But the feedback eliminator is awesome. Like I said, I've done all kinds of tests and I haven't been able to get any feedback from any microphones. Really, really cool with that feature. The musical ducking is okay. We'll test that out when we get there. Main volume, I do have up a little bit. I actually have to turn that down when we do the sound test, because it is really, really loud speaker when you're talking about music. So let's go ahead and check that out real quick. Check, check, 1, 2, 3, 4. Mic check, 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 check. Mic, 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 mic. So that's a quick sound test. Let's go ahead and I'm gonna break this down. We'll go into positives and negatives and wrap this video up. On the Mackie Thump Go 8-inch with pros and cons. Definitely pro number one is the value at $349 on Amazon right now. That's a great price. If you can find that between the $350 and $400, you'll probably find it at $400 at like Guitar Center, at your musical instrument type store, your DJ store. You'll probably find it a little bit closer to that price, but if you can find it at the $350, that's a great price for this speaker. It is very loud, great musical volumes. The music sounds really good, crisp and clear, good highs, good mids, bass is okay, but good enough. You can adjust it in that app. There's little tweaks we'll talk about in the negatives, but it is a good app that you can control most of the things with the speaker, which is cool too. It is portable, it is affordable, the volume level is great. An extra battery will only cost you about $69. I think that's a value as well. That way you can get a little bit more time. 6 to 8 hours of battery life. 12 if you're just using it, I guess, for side music at low volumes. 12 would be excessive, especially if you're using some of the features in it. A replacement battery would keep you going for that 6 to 8 hours more so. Great build, great speaker, great value. You know, definitely those are some of the positive. That feedback elimination feature works really good. So I was really liking that. The EQs work pretty good. You can definitely tell the difference in them. Pretty good outputs and all those types of things. So definitely pretty cool speaker. All right, some of the negatives. It does have a few negatives in my opinion. So we're gonna look at those. One is the bottom of the speaker. To get to the battery, you do have to take some screws out, slide a plate out, get the battery out. So it is gonna take you a little bit of work to get to that. It's not like a super quick change. You're gonna need some tools and things like that. So I think that could have been done a little bit better, in my opinion, to make maybe a clip on there that could just clip out, slide out, you know, put the other battery in. Could have been changed a little bit. The app also works good, but at some times you might have some connection issues, which I did find where, like I said, if I didn't follow the way I showed you in my little tutorial at the beginning of this video, that I found myself, you know, not being able to connect. So I hooked it up to my Bluetooth on my device, played some music on it real quick, and then I went to the app and hit it up, and it would go to every time. But if I kind of changed that, then sometimes it just wouldn't connect or wouldn't find it right away. So kind of the way I would tell you to do that. So I did have some issues. Also, I wish the EQ, adjustable EQ on that was a 3-band instead of a 2-band. It has lows and highs, but I wish it had mid as well. And so if you could adjust that a little bit better, that would be awesome. So you get, you know, whatever kind of sound you would like from that. Also, the build is plastic. So it, with certain types of bass on maybe rap and R&B, hip hop, if they have low beats, the box sounds a little bit boxy. It sounds a little bit plasticky. And so that kind of turns me off. I hate when that sounds like that. So if I EQ'd it out, I was okay with it. I love the PA part of the speaker where you get the good sounding highs and mids. That's pretty much what a PA is for anyway, so I'm okay with that. But if you're using this for a portable speaker, just as a portable speaker for yourself and your family, taking it to the beach and things like that, you might notice that boxy sound in some of the basses. And that's just from a perspective of being a portable speaker, if you're going to use it just for home use and things like that. But as a PA speaker, I can EQ that out or put it on, you know, a certain mode or things like that. So I'm okay with it, but just something I wanted to point out with a little bit of that boxy sound. The last thing is the low volume level for the mic. So I just noticed that input button doesn't add. Usually on some of my, like my JBL 710, you hit that microphone, the line or mic button, you do notice a definite boost of dB when you just press the button. You press the button, it's made for the microphone, it boosts the volume. But on here, I don't really notice anything. And I kind of did that in my sound test, that you just really didn't notice that much. So let me know if you think I might be doing something wrong, but that should be just a push of the button and you get a little bit more dB on the microphone. Could be my microphone, maybe, I don't know. Shouldn't be. You should definitely notice it. I've done this test with other speakers and things like that. Should be that easy. So I was a little bit disappointed. It just does have a little bit of low volume for the microphone levels compared to the music levels. And also, when I was using it Bluetooth, now I know when the battery life gets down, it might lower some of your volume, but it is fully charged. It was working really good. It does have great volume when I'm hooked up to my laptop right now, physically corded. But I do notice with Bluetooth and a like tablet or phone device, the volume level is a little bit lower. Just to my ear, that could be just me. I do notice that when I'm physically corded, plugged into a laptop, the volume level is crazy loud. You can get super loud, but when up to a phone, tablet, or an iPad or something like that, the Bluetooth volume was just a little bit lower top volume than if I was plugged into, physically corded into something. So that's something I'll put out there too, and that's just my opinions, just my ear. Other people might hear it different or things like that, but just something to know about on the speaker. So I think I hit all the negatives, all the positives. Final thoughts though, overall this is a really good speaker for the price point. It's going to work for my head table. Like I said, it'll have enough volume for the microphone when I need it and be able to work in those quiet spots. You're doing ceremonies, like I said, at the head table, background, cocktail music, things like that. Oh man, it's gonna nail those. So I am happy for that. That's what it's gonna work good for me. That's what I'm gonna use it for. I'm gonna give it a thumbs up. Good to go. It does have some positives and some negatives, but like I said, overall for the price point, for how loud it gets with music, it definitely packs a little bit punch, and I like that about it. Portable power, like I said, light. I like it. So thank you so much for tuning in. It's been DJ Martini Midwest Reviews. If this is helpful at all, give me a like or subscribe. A lot for 2024. Check me out really, really soon on my next video or tutorial. Catch you on the next video.